This is Bengals Nation with Coach Marvin Lewis, presented by Tri-Health.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bengals Nation. Bob Herzog alongside Jen Dalton, hanging out down here at the Holy Grail once again, where everybody in a good mood, pumped up. It's Steelers week, and coming off 3 road games in a row, all wins, and sitting pretty as we have 4 games left in the regular season.
Oh, that's right, and we are sitting pretty as we always do right here at the Holy Grail Banks. We have a great show for you tonight. The Nuge, Mike Nugent, here at the Eichler Golf Car Autograph Table, and one of our absolute favorite musical guests here tonight on the Bengals Nation stage, and that is Alex Vaughn. You do not want to miss his music.
His stuff's awesome, really is.
He is great. Plus the ball toss, the Bud Light ball toss, rather, is back this week with one of our Bengals Nation favorite fans. And you cannot miss Marvin's Bus, brought to you by Northgate Mall.
So we're ready to kick things off. Kick for the Nuge.
Oh, like what you did
there.
there.
Will. Thank you very much. But we're going to kick it out right now. Back over to Brad and to Coach. All the road games out of the way now for a while. Those 3 in a row are out of the way. But I'm thinking, got me to thinking, maybe it's time I take a road trip. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Take the family, load up the family truckster. Not now, maybe summer, Griswold style. What do you think, Brad?
Thank you, Bob. Yeah, I'd entertain road trip thoughts with you, but I get to pick the music. That would be the only condition. Music on the road. Oh, Marvin had music. It was music to his ears for 3 straight weeks on the road. Now he has to come back home. It's the Steeler week, or Stiller week, as we like to say around here. We will talk about that and how well they've done on the road. We'll break it all down over the next half hour. First, let's send it back to the Holy Grail and Mike.
Thanks so much, Brad. We're joined tonight at the Eichler Golf Car Autograph Table by Bengals kicker Mike Nugent, who has not missed since overtime of that Carolina game. He is back to being his old reliable self. We'll talk with Mike about the challenges of overcoming missing that important kick, and we'll talk about his high hopes for this Bengals team coming down the stretch and the final quarter of the season. All that and more with Mike coming up later in the show. Let's send it back to you and Coach Lewis.
Michael, thank you very much. Coach, the challenge heard round the world. You said after the game you should have just called timeout. Doesn't really matter. It worked. Red flag or not, you got it done. After rethinking the whole thing, you're on the competition committee. What works, it works. Would it have happened had the red flag not come out?
I hope so.
We'll never find out, will we?
We'll never know. Supposedly it would have, but we'll see. I mean, but that it's done now. But
are there more conversations to be had about that situation and how it worked out or would not have worked out?
No, the rule was changed, to really facilitate what occurred. The fact that if you have a timeout, you lose the timeout. If you don't have a timeout, then it's a penalty. So, and so that took care of that. So that's why the rule was changed. And after the time, and the funny thing is, every week we have the 90-minute meeting with the officials before the game, and they always tell you, now don't throw the challenge flag, or they tell me it's a 2-minute warning. And I thought, now how stupid would anybody ever throw the challenge flag?
And you go, that would
there
be
you
me.
Go. That would be me.
That would be me. Well, it all worked. It certainly worked well for the Bengals, who are now on a 3-game road to win streak, and now come back home. We'll talk to the coach about more of Tampa Bay and, of course, more about the Steelers. But first, let's hear what the players have to say about facing Pittsburgh this week.
Yeah, I mean, these games are always really physical, and so we understand that. We know that's how they're built, and that's how we're built. So, these are important games. These are, because it's a division game, because it's Pittsburgh, and because it's the rivalry. I mean, it just makes everybody gets up for these, and they're really physical games.
Tri-Health encourages you to enjoy the holidays with these healthy eating tips. First, don't skip meals. Also, eat slowly and drink plenty of water. Drink alcohol in moderation only. Focus on maintaining weight, not losing weight. And take a walk between dinner and dessert. Also, eat fresh fruits and veggies and enjoy your family. From our Tri-Health family to yours, celebrate merrier and live better. Time now to send it back to Brad.
Jen, thanks very much. Coach Andy Dalton has been known to say it a few times. You just win. They don't really care how you win. You just win. And this team has figured out ways to win. It was an interesting way to win against Tampa, but this team's found a way to win on the road. And it's the first time ever, I think, in this franchise history that you've done 3 consecutive games on the road and won them all.
Well, obviously it doesn't happen very often where you have 3 consecutive games, but I do think it was, but again, our guys did a great job of handling each week one at a time, and obviously coming out ahead in the game. And we didn't play real well on Sunday in a lot of in all three areas basically, and we left too many plays out there. Even at the end of the game, I didn't think we played particularly well on defense. We missed a tackle, let a screen go for a bit. Even the completion with the 12 men on the field, we weren't in great position across the board. And so, we were fortunate to come out with a victory. We scored when we needed to score. We came back and played offense when we needed to play offense. We played defense good enough to keep them off the board. And but all those things in tune, we got to play better down the stretch here.
Dalton wasn't good. Dalton was sick. Does his sickness affect his performance on that day, that you think?
Well, I don't know, but I know we can't have 3 turnovers, and that I do know. And we lived through it, and we came out of it, and that was the good thing.
You and I have talked about it. Sometimes you just never really know, whether you think you know or not, what you're going to get out of your team on Sunday. When you go through a 3-game stretch like this on the road, you develop some mettle. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have to do it, and you got it done, and this team got it done. Does it do anything moving forward? I suppose that's the magical question you wonder about every week.
Well, it just provides more opportunity for a bigger opportunity, and it leads us into this week and this game and what this game means and how important this game is in the division race, and that's the most important thing.
All right, looking forward to it. Want to go through some plays? We'll do that, because when you see us next, we'll be in the team room. We'll go through the telestrator. First, let's send it back to the Holy Grail and Mike.
All right, back here at the Eichler Golf Car Autograph Table with the kicker, Mike Nugent. Mike, coming off a couple of great weeks, has not missed since the miss against Carolina. Huge kick at the end of the Houston game. We've seen a lot of kickers not bounce back as well as you have. Was it simply a matter of making that next one? Is it that easy for you?
Yeah, someone told me a long time ago that you're only as good as your next kick. And I feel like I kind of took that at heart, because it makes you think the last kick has nothing to do with the next one. So if you can kind of come off a miss or a make, like however you're going to come away from that, that kind of defines you.
We've seen teams bail on kickers too. This team never bailed on you after that. That had to help as well.
It really was. I mean, the loyalty with Cincinnati Bengals is amazing. I gave them, pretty good reasons to make a change, and I think just the fact that they stuck with me and gave me another opportunity, I think that really speaks very highly of them.
You also gave them reasons to stick with you too over the years as well. We'll talk more with Mike Nugent coming up later on in the show.
That's Alex Vaughn taking us out to break. Stay tuned here on Bengals Nation.